Hypecityshow, we are live. We got a special one tonight. I'm with a dope artist, man. He has a dope record out right now with Rick Ross. It's called Can't Knock the Hustle. Man, let's welcome Richie Evans to the show. Yo, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, brother.
No, man, it's only right, man. I appreciate you letting me come on your platform and vibe a bit. You know what I mean? So it's definitely appreciative, Brody.
Definitely. Now, you're out of Phoenix, Arizona, man.
Yeah.
Let the world know, what the rap scene is like in Phoenix, Arizona.
I mean, right now we definitely coming into our own. You know what I mean? I think last year, you know what I mean, was really kind of the year to kind of, you know what I mean, kind of gave us our stripes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're not LA, we're not New York. We don't got the infrastructure, say, of a Miami or Chicago. But like I said, man, we got a lot of talent. So, such artists like myself and a few others, man, we really been putting in a lot of groundwork, you know what I'm saying, and doing a lot of high level shit that, the world is starting to pay attention to. So we definitely coming into our own right now for sure.
Word. Now, I heard that you once were running with Black Wall Street for a little bit.
Yeah.
How's that, so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for me, that was my kind of introduction to this whole industry. You know what I mean? Years back, I was signed by the Game, you know what I'm saying, under the Black Wall Street label. But actually, I used to go by, another name. I used to go by Juice at that time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yo, I remember you. Oh, okay, I remember that. Okay. That's dope.
So definitely was a dope experience and a dope understanding, man, to kind of get an understanding on how this whole industry thing works. As time went by, you know what I mean, everybody knows the drastic beef between 50 and Game, you know what I mean, which ultimately kind of dissolved the whole business and musical thing going on over there. But like I said, yeah, man, that was my introduction into this whole industry, man, and I wouldn't change it for nothing, man. Definitely was a learning curve. Definitely was an experience, you know what I mean? And definitely, though, you know what I'm saying, helped me just grow as an individual artist, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to everybody at BWS.
Now, you said your rap name was Juice and you changed it. Why'd you change it?
There was a lot of different things going on. Like I said, at that particular time, man, I felt like for me, you know what I'm saying, I got so embraced by Game so quick and so fast that, I felt like I didn't have my own identity. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was like the little brother syndrome, and Game's, level was so big at that, his ray of sun was so big at that time that it kind of just, oh, that's Juice, that's Game's artist, but it wasn't, oh, that's Juice, he got his own identity. You know what I mean? Because Game was, like I said, was so big at that time. You know what I mean? Truthfully, he was probably just as big as 50 at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah, that is facts. Yeah, he was really big at that time.
Super big. So, that was one of the reasons that kind of started the transition. But even also after that, man, just from a business standpoint, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit was, kind of going on, you know what I'm saying? His management got caught up on the situation, the beef with, 50, you know what I'm saying? It was really starting to, fuck up a lot of corporate money, you know what I'm saying? And for some of us, artists at that particular time who didn't have albums out at that moment or didn't have, some of the traction that we got now, sponsorship and endorsement dollars definitely held us over. And so much chaos was going on where a lot of these corporate companies wanted to kind of scale back. You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, we don't want to get put in no Suge Knight situation. You know what I mean? So they was really starting to get a little bit scared of kind of how niggas was moving. So before I decided to kind of step on my own, man, and plant my own, you know what I mean? I just felt like, you know what, if I'm a dead it, I'm a dead it in full. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a whole rebrand and repivot, you know what I'm saying? And basically brand my brand in a different light than BWS. So that's kind of how it came about.
What's some of the best info you got being around Game, like teaching you about the music business? What
You
did
know,
he tell you to say, man, that stuck with me as you keep pushing forward?
it's crazy because Game really was a student of music. You know
Right,
what I mean? Like Game studies music. He listens to all the classic material. He listens to your Nas's, Ice Cube's, Wu Tang's, Outkast, Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's really a student of the game and loves music. And one thing about him that I feel that he's taught me was to create an ear for great music and to put great bodies of work together. Despite what people may say about Game, you know what I mean? Some of his um antics or situations that kind of go on in the industry. One thing
right.
about the boy, one thing about the boy that nobody can take away is that he makes great music, high level music.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if niggas want to take it a step further, let's be clear. He has one of the best albums of all time. The documentary goes down as, the Chronic and
Right.
Illmatic
You can put
and
it
use the
you can put
you
it in
can
them conversation.
absolutely, you know what I mean? So, definitely just like I said, learning his work ethic, man, and really, understanding how to, create an ear for solid music, man, and really just putting together high level production and records. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I definitely learned that from him. But on a flip coin, I also learned what not to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and I say that respectively because people look at it like, damn. I'm like, nah, it's real shit. Like, you know, I've seen and took a understanding of not everything needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? Certain shit will
Right.
fuck up the bag easily. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, there was a lot of positive things that I took from him. You know what I'm saying, from his success, but even also I took some of the things from him that wasn't so great either. But like I said, man, it definitely is a learning curve, and I definitely wouldn't change that for shit.
Definitely. Now let's fast forward, man. You got this new single out.
Yeah,
Is doing numbers right now. The video's super dope. You know what I
love.
mean? You got Ross on there.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk a little bit about this record. You can't knock the hustle.
Yeah.
Tell us how this came apart.
Man, like I said, I was out in LA working on my EP, Highly Favored, and I think I was pretty much wrapped up at that time. And I needed a standout record. You know what I mean? Like I've had, what I'm saying, the For You record on there. I think I just finished creating the record with Pressure with me and J Rock from GDE. So,
Right.
the body of work and everything, on paper looked great, but I felt like, again, coming from Phoenix and not being known like that, and this transition and this being my first EP, on my own, I needed a record that was gonna wow niggas. You know what I'm saying? I needed a collaboration that was gonna wow niggas, man. And when I ended up creating the Can't Knock the Hustle record, man, I just it screamed Ross to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
like it just fit. You know what I mean? It just fit. So um after I end up, doing it, magically I end up running into him in a hotel, man, and we just end up having a great conversation. Um, he just kind of took a liking to my energy and kind of how I maneuver, you know what I mean? And we end up kind of texting and shit back and forth. And, I told him about the record, I emailed it to him, and he hit me immediately, was like, yo, this is something that I would have picked for my album. You know what I'm saying? And
Damn.
that was, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that was like a big to me, what I'm saying, it was a big shot to my confidence because I was like, man, I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right. Right.
you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody like Ross to give me a little bit of praise and approval on a record that I've, created and structured and he was willing to jump on, definitely, just speaks volumes, bro. You know?